the world's most dangerous fantasy football podcast.
Chef and the professor. Highly disputed. Highly disputed. Let's have a drink and let's talk through it. Hey. Highly disputed. Highly disputed. Highly disputed. Highly disputed. Fantasy. We going over player props and ADP. Waiver wire, all the things you need. We got the fire. Fire. Highly disputed. We in the studio, just pour a drink. We getting loose and now we in sync. It's not unusual to disagree. Highly disputed, disputed, disputed. Highly disputed. Highly disputed. Fantasy.
What is up? I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. It's highly disputed. I'm here with Professor J. How was your Thanksgiving, Professor?
It was lovely.
It was lovely.
We were invited to a friend. Thank you to all those friends who invite your friends who are from out of town to your family Thanksgivings. It's much appreciated. My family's on the East Coast, live on the West Coast, so went to a Trinidadian Thanksgiving.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, very good food. The best stuffing I've ever had in my life, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanksgiving
Well,
stuffing.
you know, I lived away from my hometown for a long time. So yeah, shout out to people who find out who your friends are.
Yep.
But now that I'm back down here, I've been hosting every year, and I got this shit down to a science.
You're the chef.
I'm the chef. I got it. Like, all I'm doing the day of is getting the bird in the oven and then reheating everything. Everything's made. Dishes are done.
Dope.
What's up? I got all leftovers off, so I froze half of it. So we'll break into that when you come visit. All right, let's get into it. You were on a heater, dude. You know, I was giving you a hard time about your picks, and goddamn, you gained some ground on me. I think at one point I was like 20 games ahead. Now I'm 3 games ahead all time. And you went 13-2 this week, including going 4-0 Thanksgiving and Black Friday.
I might lose tonight, though, so.
Yeah, I started to pick up on the Sunday games. I ended the week 9-6, which isn't terrible, but 13-2. Goddamn, you could have won some money.
Yeah.
That looks like it's gonna be 13-3 because Giants are getting absolutely stomped right now.
Your Super Bowl team looks good.
Yeah, Patriots look legit. I thought this could be a trap game for them, but
I thought the same.
yeah, no, they're looking good.
But it was the Rams that were a trap game, actually.
Rams fell into a trap game. Let's just get into a recap here. First game, Lions, Packers. Did you watch that one?
I did. Lions looked a little off. Jordan Love is Jackal Hyde. Sometimes he looks like he's, an all-time great. Sometimes he looks like he's rubbish. So a lot of inconsistency.
Rubbish.
But he showed up. Yeah, rubbish. But he showed up. What did you think of that game?
So that one I didn't watch at all because I was in cooking mode. From what I saw, the highlights, Amon-Ra got injured.
Very early. And
it seems like, Javonte Williams had a really good game. Tesla had a bigger snap count.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Jordan Love 4 touchdowns. Is it Devontae Wicks?
Devontae Wicks. Devontae Wicks went off, and so did Christian Watson. 10
targets. He's looked really good coming back from injury. Romeo Doubs taking a back seat to those guys. But again, the Packers. What's up?
I said, as he should have the whole time, taking a back seat.
Yeah. Well, I think, with Watson hurt and some of these guys being younger, Dobbs had a better start to the season. What's your take on Wicks? Is he for real, or is this one of those games where one of the guys for the Packers goes off and then next week it's somebody else?
So I got 2 answers. So it looks like Christian Watson is the guy. If you look at he charted his last 4 weeks. But Jalen Reed is coming back. That's going to throw a wrench into things. Wicks has a game like this every past 2-3 years where he has 2 touchdowns. He does look sometimes like their best receiver. So, and I know we're not going to get to the waiver picks yet, but he's available in a lot of leagues. Might be worth a flyer. especially if you're not a competing team or you're rebuilding. Could be somebody that's
Yeah,
interesting that might not get a contract in the offseason because they just signed, at some point, one receiver's got to, be the odd person out. It might be Wicks.
yeah, he's at 51% ownership. But again, one of the big indicators for me for receivers is snap count, right? And he's right, even with that big game, he's right under 50% snap count. But I would agree that Christian Watson is emerging as the consistent piece there, especially with Kraft being hurt. Josh Jacobs had a very Josh Jacobs game, like 20 carries for 80 yards, just didn't get into the end zone. And it seems like Dan Campbell's decision to gamble on fourth down kind of backfired this week. The Chiefs at Dallas, that's when I turned on football. And this was a really good game. Both teams look pretty evenly matched. Cowboys just had a little more juice. And some of the acquisitions that Jerry Jones, I was pretty hard on Jerry Jones for trading Parsons, getting Quinnen Williams and Logan Wilson at the trade deadline has stiffened that defense up.
They look good. They're interesting because
they're interesting.
Philadelphia is interesting right now.
Philadelphia is starting to slide in the other direction. It's all about you want to get momentum going into the playoffs. Nobody cares what you did in the beginning of the season. I think the addition of George Pickens is exactly what that offense needed.
Did you see that hurdle that he had? George Pickens?
Yeah.
Unworldly.
There was a lot of just like insane catches this week.
Yeah.
Insane plays, insane catches, like just some crazy shit. I know Pickens will try to hurdle. He's super athletic. In the offseason, we were talking about talent and what talent meant. It's like he's talent. He's got like that DeAndre Hopkins early in his career kind of just body control. That's nasty. And then, of course, it allows CeeDee Lamb to do CeeDee Lamb things. Chiefs, they got some firepower. Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy are really kind of, but I mean, Kelsey's slowing down. Hunt is slowing down. And they don't have the explosives that they used to.
They don't have the firepower. They're running their offense. Xavier Worthy will be better next year. Rashee Rice will be playing for a full season. They got to do something about the running game, or they got to try to feed Pacheco, see what's there. I don't get this. Like, he looks good, and then they stop running it with him. And then Travis Kelce, honestly, I think is holding him back a little bit. I know he's had a good season, but he looks a little old. They need a mauler out there,
Yeah, I think he doesn't,
to be honest.
He doesn't contribute in the running game or in pass pro. And there's situations where he's kind of a liability, whether it's he's gotten into it with the coach. And this is a team game. I know you're engaged to Taylor Swift, and we'll see how long that lasts. But it's not about just you.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs, they're 6-6. They're not eliminated, but they need to win every game and get some help. And Cowboys, all of a sudden, they have a path, especially with Philadelphia losing with that tie.
I'm actually going to do a 180. I think it's over for the Chiefs. I think it's a dead money if you put it in. Like after, and we'll get to them, but after the Broncos won yesterday, I just don't see the path. I just don't see the path. Like it looks like, I think I underestimated coaching in the NFL. Meaning that for a long time, Andy Reid was playing Lamar Jackson, right? He was playing Josh Allen. He wasn't playing Harbaugh, right? He wasn't playing Buffalo's coach. Like you've had your issues with McDermott yourself, right? So when I say that to me, is like now Andy, it's like, oh, okay, you have Sean Payton, right? And AFC, who's a formidable coach, and Bo Nix is a good quarterback. It's like the combination of the two. I think there's been a lot of great QB play that's propped up some all right coaches for a while, and it's starting to show because Andy Reid's got to adjust and figure it out.
Right. And also at Andy Reid's, you get to a point career-wise, and we saw this with Belichick, it gets harder to adjust the older you get. You know what I mean? It's like a scheme that was once considered incredibly innovative is, it's a young man's game.
Yeah.
But I said this in the offseason. I was like, everyone just assumed Mahomes was going to get as many rings as Brady. And that was a ridiculous take. But, they need to switch it up. I don't think they're making the playoffs.
But
I don't think they're making the playoffs.
They're not.
All right. And then to round out Thanksgiving, Joe Burrow's back, and so are the Bengals.
That's why
they just took it to the Ravens, who I thought really had a shot this season. But now, I mean, Baltimore and Pittsburgh both sitting at 6-6. Watch out for the Bengals making a late season push here, especially if Joey B's playing like that.
I still like the Ravens because I think at some point they're going to get it together. I actually think they just need to air it out with the season. You got to stop just trying to slug it with like Derrick Henry. But I still like the Ravens coming out of that division, but I'm with you. The Bengals definitely have a shot. That's why I picked them this game. Joe Burrow's a guy. But yeah, it doesn't look great when Joe Burrow just got up off the couch after being out for 3 months.
Yeah.
And outplayed Lamar.
Yeah, he threw it 46 times for 261. So, not huge game. Jamar Chase had a really, seven receptions, $110 on 14 targets. Chase Brown with 7 receptions. They ran the ball a lot. They ran the ball almost 30 times. Even split between Brown and Perrine, who they really like for whatever reason. Yeah, I mean, that division's not looking very strong. I think whoever wins that division is going to be eliminated at home first round. All right, then we got the Black Friday game, Amazon Black Friday game, which, okay. But how about let's give some respect to the Bears.
The Bears.
Bear down. I mean, this is the Ben Johnson we thought we were going to play. They're 9-3. They're 5-0 November. And they ran it down. They ran it down Philadelphia's throat. And not only that, they figured out how to stop the tush push.
Yeah. And Monangai is a guy. Monangai the guy.
And if you were listening to this show back in July, somebody we talked about.
Yeah. You've been on him for a long time. You know what? Monangai, the mother guy. That's what it really is.
The running back whisperer strikes again. And he's running circles around Ashton Genty.
He was really good in college. He just played for Rutgers. So sometimes I trust the tapes.
But, there's more players out of Rutgers probably who have a pro career than there are out of Boise State historically.
That's fair. But I don't want to hate on Ashton Genty. He's put a lot of pressure on himself, has a lot of expectations for where he's drafted. Let's just celebrate Monangai and keep it about this game. Like, Monangai he's a motherfucking guy. That's what he is.
Yeah, but, I mean, DeAndre Swift playing complimentary football with him. He goes 18 for 125. Nungai 22 for 130. They both scored. Caleb didn't really have to throw it much this game. He hit his tight ends a bunch. Burden had Roma Doomsday is kind of falling off. I think the Bears are going to take a receiver next draft.
If one fits Ben Johnson's scheme better, like, I mean, how many guys do you need to put? I mean, what I will say is they don't need to take a running back anymore. Looks like they don't need to take a tight end.
They don't.
And just DJ Moore, Roma Dunze, Colston Loveland.
What's up with Roma Dunze? Because he's kind of fallen off.
That's okay. So it's a couple of things. So Rome has looked good here and there. Part of it's on Caleb, but I think part of it's on they're winning games. So it's kind of, like when you have a young quarterback like Denver, the Patriots, the Bears, I think Jaden Daniels kind of spoiled us last year, but for the rest of them, it's like they are trying to win the game. So they might not feature the same player the same week, right? And I don't think Roma Dunze or DJ Moore are necessarily like, maybe DJ Moore is, but Roma Dunze is not a week in, week out guy that you feature yet, in my opinion. But he's made a lot of advances since last season, but he's no Malik Neighbors.
Has he?
Since last season? Oh yeah, I think so.
I thought he was playing better last season.
Oh, okay. I don't think
I don't know. I was never a fan of his really coming into the draft. I like the guy he took, Malik Neighbors, way better. But I just thought he had a better rookie season. And it's kind of, I thought he was going to be the wide receiver 1 for the Bears, but Luther Burden's starting to show up.
That's the other
DJ
problem.
Moore's still there.
That's the other problem for him is Luther Burden severely criminally underrated, and it can just do different things after the catch that Rome Odunze can't. Luther Burden really is kind of like a young DJ Moore, but for some reason they're still both productive. But
I guess he got 6. He had 6 targets, but only
that's
finished
not a
2
wide
for 8.
receiver one.
Yeah. But I mean, Ben Johnson kind of called out the passing game as a whole, not necessarily just Caleb. But if he can get the passing game clicking,
they ran it 40 times, right?
right. But like if you can get the passing game to click the way the running game is, now you're really balling out.
Honestly, I think they're fine. You want that running game to click in the postseason. Caleb doesn't turn it over. He's clutch.
He's great in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's a recipe to win games. If you're trying to win the Super Bowl, don't ask for more than you need. It's a new offensive system. Caleb's young. It's complicated. Odunze even said himself that Ben Johnson's system is one that you don't master in one offseason. It's going to take them 2.
No. So yeah, bear down. Bears 9-3, sitting on top of the NFC North. Philly's still on top of the NFC East, but they are trending down. I love that they got the tush push. You want to talk about Philly for a minute? That was mostly the Bears. I love how
the Bears are on top of the NFC now, so rightfully so.
The Bears are the 1 seed in the NFC. What'd you see out of Philadelphia this year?
Well, it's really, like I said, just a little bit. It's tough though, because I could totally see them like making a postseason run again. I don't know if it's their board or if like it's offensive play calling, but they're a little bit disjointed.
Well, AJ Brown had a big game, and he's been kind of he's been kind of a problem this season.
If you're saying a problem like a good player, then yes. What I will say is,
well, he's a good player, but he seems to complain when he doesn't get the ball.
Yeah, he's a wide receiver 1. What's the news there?
Yeah,
I will say,
but then he has a big game and they lose. So it's like, which one would you rather?
I agree. I agree there. He had a big game last week. He could have even been bigger. He had 1 TD that was called back last week because not this past week, the week before, because he stepped out of bounds. So it's just like, the problem is Saquon isn't what he was last year, so they kind of need to rely on the offense a little bit more.
Yeah, Saquon is not, and I feel like Hurts is, kind of showing us who he is, which is he's not the best passer, like pure passer.
Yeah, doesn't need to be a Super Bowl champion.
No, I mean he doesn't. But if you're lacking that explosive running game and a shutdown defense, and teams are asking to put it all on Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
And then if teams can figure out how to stop the tush push, which has been kind of a cheat code for them, I think Sirianni's going to struggle, and I think the Eagles are going to struggle. I mean, they're still definitely making it to the playoffs, but
and definitely Dallas could bump him out. But yeah, they're one-dimensional. So
I mean, as a wild card, they can still get.
No, as a wild card, I don't see it. I think the NFC West is way too stacked.
Shit, yeah, you're right. There's 3 9-win teams in the NFC.
Yeah, way too stacked. And I don't see the 3 tapering off. Maybe San Francisco, who we're going to talk about next year. But even with them, I don't know. They find a way to win. Again, it's that coaching thing I go back to. It's like, who do you want? Is it Sirianni or the Niners coach?
Yeah. All right. Next up, let's talk about the Panthers. Panthers stunning the Rams.
Yeah.
In Charlotte. This is a Rams team that just dominated the Bucs, and the Panthers held in with them. And not only held in with them, they won the game. Jalen Coker,
friend of the pod,
big friend of podcasts. Game sealing 4th down.
Honestly, though, what are we talking about? He's the man, right?
Bryce Young on 4th down. Are you kidding me? 2 touchdowns on 4th down.
I didn't see him in the lineup, though. Can we talk about that? What's going on, Chuck? You're missing him. What?
G-Man just scored.
G-Man.
I gotta see it from. I gotta see it. That's my problem with the Panthers. Is they're like bipolar. I gotta see it week in and week out with him.
That's what fantasy is, though. It's a week-to-week game. We know this.
Yeah, well, they got a bye week next week, so he won't be in then. But then they're playing Tampa Bay twice to end the year, and that's going to determine the division. So, Bryce Young QB4 on the week.
Yeah, he's had a couple games like that this season, though. He's
QB2 2 weeks ago at Atlanta, then QB29, QB29. He's one of those guys where he can't play with the lead. He needs to be down.
And that's fair, because I was gonna say, I don't know why. I mean, his big games, they definitely let him, sling it. But to your point, it's because they're down. So like, I think they got to feature the pass more. You got Tetra McMillan, you got Jalen Coker,
and he was to throw 2 touchdowns on 4th down. So like, win the game. Like, it was just ice cold, like shit he'd do at Alabama.
Exactly. And what he said was, I trust my guys. Say what you will with Jalen Coker versus Leggett. He doesn't trust Leggett like he does Coker. That was very evident yesterday's game. Coker's been out for the season.
We talked about this. You can't trust guys who eat raccoons. And I think Bryce Young knows that. But they're pounding the rock. Chuba Hubbard looked like he was back. Had a big reception. Kind of took over the backfield. Dottle still got 18 carries, but Rico was streaky like that. He was streaky last year with the Cowboys. I think Chuba is now, he got some rest, and I think he's a little more healed on that calf than he was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
The Rams, this isn't panic. The Rams hung in there. They had a couple interceptions, which you're not going to see from Stafford. I wouldn't panic on the Rams at all.
Not at all.
They came to the East Coast on a short week, and it's not like they got blown out.
No.
Blake
it says more about
good.
It says more. Yeah, I think it says more about Carolina. Remember what we talked about last week when I said you got to have a QB that can go tit for tat, shot for shot, and I mentioned Stafford being one. Bryce Young is one of those guys. Bryce Young is one of those guys, if given the opportunity and time in the pocket. And I don't want to toss a bunch of ifs and variables, but what I saw with my eyes, bro, he went tit for tat with Stafford.
So, and let's talk about this for a minute, because a lot of the viewers probably don't know this, but I traded into 3rd overall when Bryce Young was selected. Yeah, for the rookie draft. And Anthony Richardson and Bijan Robinson, right?
Yeah, we're taking ahead of him.
Taking ahead of him. And then I was faced with CJ Stroud or Bryce Young. And after year 1, it was looking like I made a tremendous mistake. But
even year 2.
Yeah,
where he got benched.
CJ regressed a little, and Bryce got a little better at the
He did.
End of the year.
He did.
But it goes back to kind of what I was saying about the 1-1. You're going into a shitty situation. Panthers coach was fired, much like Cam Ward this year. But at the end of the day, you got to look at the program. And Bryce Young ran college football at Alabama. I mean, CJ Stroud was good and had some really good games, but he also had some flops. And he also had a legendary, one of the most stacked wide receiving cores in college football history. But, traditionally, Ohio State quarterbacks don't do great at the NFL level.
And it's still looking like that.
And Nick Saban coached quarterbacks do. There's a standard for the Tide, and he was that dude for them. He seems like a really chill, really humble dude, and to be able to perform at that level with the physical limitations he has, speaks so much about the mental part of his game and the preparation side of his game. He's got a little Steph Curry in him. I just need to see it week in, week out. But I think Dave Canales, I sent you the video of Dave Canales in the locker room. I think he's the right guy for that job. He's got them believing. But also, I hope the Bucks beat him twice and take the South. Speaking of Bucks, you want to do that game?
Yeah.
That was an early game. Bucks Cardinals, not that exciting. I don't know. Do you watch any of this?
I was surprised that Baker was running around moving like that when, the viewers don't know this, but highly disputed is going to be at the game in, what's that? Not this coming week, but next week, next Thursday. And ticket prices went down, right? Yeah, against Falcons. Tickets went down because
we bought the dip.
We bought the dip because they thought Baker was going to be out. So I thought he was going to be. Cheers to that. I thought he was going to be out a little bit longer.
Nah, you know Baker, man. Like it was his If that Monday night game wasn't such a fucking blowout, I bet he would have taken a shot of something and gone back out there because it's his non-throwing shoulder.
I know
he'll play in a fucking cast. He's insane.
And you're a Bucks fan and a Baker fan. I'm just a Baker fan.
Yeah.
I don't want him to do anything to jeopardize his third contract because his third one should be like, not that he hasn't made enough money yet, but like, he just had to kind of do the whole like veteran runaround thing that took probably 2-3 years out of his career. I don't want to see what happened on the Browns where like he hurt his shoulder and they're like, oh, can't sign you. We're gonna go get Deshaun Watson, right? So, you guys are gonna make the playoffs.
But luckily, we're entering the easy part of our schedule.
Yeah,
we're starting to get healthy. Tristan Wirfs, all pro left tackle with the tutty, and then welcome back, young man. Such a breath of fresh air. I mean, Rashad White, Sean Tucker held it down. Bucky is he is special. He's just got bursts, vision, offense totally different with him on the field. And Chris Godwin, not a huge line for him, but just having him back.
But again, Mike Evans back.
Yeah, and they're saying Evans is could start practicing next week. So, like I said, you want to get hot at the right time. And it's starting to open up. Mbuka was in a bit of a slump. Obviously, he was due for a touchdown regression from the earlier, but Chris Godwin being back starting to open him up a little. I thought we had a bit of a lead, and then Todd Bowles is just way too conservative. Just kind of let off the gas, let the Cardinals kind of back in it, and then our defense just stood up and stopped them. Marvin Harrison Jr. came back. He had a pretty nice game. Bride, nice game. Bam Knight is looking like the dude. I don't know when Trey Benson's coming back. Bam Knight might be earning himself a role either way.
Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Jacoby Brissett in the offseason.
It's okay.
Because the guy's throwing for 300-400 yards every game.
I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Kyler. Personally, I think he's going to get traded to a team. Hopefully he can get like a Sam Darnold situation where he can just kind of sling it. But it's pretty evident that the playmakers are doing better with Jacoby throwing. But my other question is why did they not throw it as much with Kyler behind that they are with Jacoby? So the Cardinals were a running team at the beginning of the season with James Conner before he got injured, right? With Trey Benson, etc. And now they're throwing it 40-50 times a game. That's that.
Which they were never doing with Kyler.
I don't know why they weren't though.
They're also, what are they, a 3-4 win team? They're a 3-win team, and they got 2 of those wins with Kyler. So it's like Jacoby's getting the stats, but, they're not winning.
Correct. And my question is, why didn't you throw with Kyler? Just to see what the offense is like.
And why didn't you adjust your system to fit Kyler's strength?
Correct. Yeah, that's why I think he's going to get traded. Like, he's got to, maybe Cliff Kingsbury and him meet up in, like, another city.
Yeah, I don't think they should have gotten rid of Kingsbury. I think Gannon is definitely we've talked about this.
He doesn't get fired.
But, yeah. So, it was good. I had a good weekend because the Bucks got a W. We had lost 3 in a row. I knew that was going to be the hard part of our schedule. I thought we'd at least go 1-2. But, yeah, it was nice to get a W on Sunday.
Who do you guys play?
And I hit on a pretty nice parlay, too.
Oh, nice.
That was good.
Oh, I forgot you can do that down there. I might have to dabble.
Yeah.
You can't do it in Washington State.
Yeah. Well, that's because Washington State looks out for their citizens. I only talk about the ones I hit on. All right. We can talk San Fran, Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Purdy getting back into form. Niners look pretty good. Browns defense is still nasty. Door had a very unremarkable game. He wasn't terrible. He's definitely serviceable. I think he gives them the best shot at winning. It's his second start.
He's better than Dylan Gabriel or any
Absolutely.
other QB on the roster, but yeah,
he's better than Dylan
special.
Gabriel.
He's not protected from them drafting someone next year.
He's better than Tyler Shuck.
I don't even know if I'd go that far, to be honest.
Really?
Shuck, because I like Shedeur a lot, but Shuck has had some plays.
Yeah.
Shedeur is a 5th round draft pick, so like clearly they didn't have a lot of expectation for him.
I think he's playing better than or maybe the Saints are just awful, but
the Saints are awful.
Shuck hasn't looked good. 23 attempts for Judikins, so he's obviously healthy again. Errol Fannin showing up, but not much from the Browns offense. Yeah, Christian McCaffrey scored, caught 4 balls, only averaged 2.7 a carry with a long of 7. So, gotta be careful there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a tough front to run against. Myles Garrett got another sack. He's going for that record. Can we talk about, so we talked about Juwan Jennings getting nut tapped, and now this shit's coming out that apparently Juwan Jennings might have been deserving of said nut tap. Have you heard anything about that?
You're gonna have to enlighten me, because I don't know what a man can do to be deserving of a nut tap from another man.
After the game, Brown's defensive tackle was interviewed, and probably the quote of the year in an interview when asked about Jennings is, "He's a hoe. I want that to be known."
So if being a hoe is what deserves a nut tap, then Stephon Diggs would be getting nut tapped right now, but he's not. So enlighten me. Oh, if being a hoe is what gets you a nut tap, Stephon Diggs would be getting nut tapped right now.
Well,
but he's not.
Stephon Diggs is getting nut tapped. It's just in a different way. It's by Instagram shorties.
That's fair.
But then he went on to say Jennings has said things on the field that you should never say to another man. And he said, "I'm glad he got hit in the nuts. Next time someone should hit him in the jaw."
Yeah.
So what's going on with Juwan Jennings? Like, is he just a master shit talker?
No idea what he's doing, what he's saying. What I will say is that he's a blue collar diva wide receiver. So I think he's just trying to get attention any way out. His play is not quite there to warrant the attention week in and week out. So he's got to make a little bit more of a show.
Right. And remember, he pushed for a trade. He wanted a contract extension. The 49ers were basically just like,
"Who are you?"
Yeah. No.
We did this.
He was like, "Yeah, you're right." But apparently, and then Patrick Surtain on his podcast, they asked him about the nut tap, and they're like, "Do you think that was fair or not fair?" And he's like, "It was fair." And then all he says is, "Buddy has more unsportsmanlike conduct than he has touchdowns."
They don't really fuck with him.
So apparently nobody likes Juwan Jennings. 49ers might not even like him.
Not a fan of the podcast.
No. Christian McCaffrey, big fan of the podcast. But Ricky Pearsall, big fan of the podcast. Go Gators. Man got shot in the chest. And
I was actually reading, there was an article randomly that was just referred to me. I was reading online, not to go out to a topic, but I think this is kind of something good to share. When he got shot, he initially thought that it was a fan coming up to him as he was putting something in his cart. And it just, for all the famous people and all the athletes just that are open to fans, we really appreciate you. Because the first thought process for someone who's ready to walk up to you as someone who's famous is not, "Hey, they're trying to rob me," right? Which would be my first inkling, right? If I don't recognize him right away. He's going to be a hell of a football player for the Niners, especially with Brandon Ayuk looking like he's going to be playing for the Commanders next year.
Yeah, he's going to be playing for somebody. Hopefully for his sake, because the way this man is buying jewelry for someone who just got his contract voided.
The whole thing, or just the last year? Or did he already got all his guaranteed money? Probably.
I'm not sure the details. He's probably got money guaranteed, but
well,
he should probably take a lesson out of Pearsall's book and don't be buying chains like that.
Oh, well, Pearsall was a rollie, which I don't even know how the person who robbed him even saw they had a rollie from that distance. But so what I will say with Ayuk, and I'm like, I think this is going to be bad for the players. Hear me out. Is there a play that Ayuk is doing that says, okay, so his contract, we'll say it was 5 years, 160, right? And the Niners said, hey, we're going to give you 90 million guaranteed all up front, 30 million the next year. So now he has 120 out of the 160, right? Or we'll say it's 180. Now he has 120 out of 180. So 60 million is going to get over 3 years if he stays. And what if he just says, hey, cool, void my contract. You already gave me 100 mil plus guaranteed. I'm still in my late 20s. I can go get another contract from someone else. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like he got paid by San Fran. He's like, all right, now let me go free agent early and go get paid somewhere else. Yeah, it's not like a team attitude to have, but from like a financial position, I'm like, if they're guaranteeing a lot of that guaranteed money up front.
Well, apparently they voided the guarantees for 2026.
Really?
So that's a 24.9 million.
I didn't even know you could void guarantees.
Well, they say he hasn't been rehabbing properly.
Dude, that's crazy. He's gonna regret that. I did not know that.
And he's been sitting out. So by him sitting out and not attending team activities and rehabbing basically gives them the right to get out of that guaranteed money. I'm sure the NFL player union is going to have beef with that, but
well, let's see what he got at signing. Guaranteed.
Right, but you can have a guaranteed, like, you and I can have a contract, but if I stop coming to work, I've voided my end of that contract.
Right, but I'm saying, what did he get guaranteed at signing, which means he didn't have to do anything. He just got it guaranteed.
Right. He did pocket some money out of that, but I'm saying, you know how these contracts are structured. Usually the last year of the deal is one of the highest. So I don't know. I'm just saying maybe he's been staying home because he bought all this jewelry and he doesn't want it to get robbed. We saw what happened to Joe Burrow.
No, he screwed it up. So he did not have the full 120 million guarantee at signing like a lot of players do. He instead had a sign-on bonus of 23 million and then 76 million in guaranteed money, which a lot of that is now being voided. I guess they could technically.
He fucked up, but he was he was the same vein of Jennings. This is a guy who thought he deserved way more than what his level of play was showing.
Bro, 120 million guaranteed and you only got 23 mil. There's no excuse for that. He's going to regret that.
For sure.
I don't know that he can get 100 million from a
video. You got to watch the video of him buying chains because he's dropping and that's 20 mil after California income taxes, which is no joke.
Even the federal, I just.
So I'm saying spending 4 mil on a couple chains is not a great investment when you currently don't have a job.
He needs better people in his corner.
Yeah. He does, because they would probably tell him to at least fucking show up. All right, we're spending way too much time on Ayuk. We've talked about Ayuk more than he's fucking probably thought about football all year. And the Niners not missing a beat. All right, Houston, Indianapolis. Houston gets the win. Colts, we talk about getting hot at the right time. Colts looked like the hottest team in football, and now they're starting to slip a little.
They still look good in the game, just Texans have a great defense, and they were the better team. But
Texans have a great defense, and defense wins championships. 1 target, 1 catch for Michael Pittman. The Colts shipped out Adonai Mitchell, who we'll talk about, but now he's starting to understand the Jets playbook, and he's looking like the guy that they drafted him to be.
Yeah.
Tyler Warren's starting to slow down a little bit. Jonathan Taylor can't carry the game. Every game.
The league is figuring out what to do with him, unfortunately. I will say,
they're keyed in on him.
They're keyed in on him. Alec Pierce looks phenomenal. I think Alec Pierce, low-key, might be wide receiver 1 on that team for this season.
No, he absolutely is. And he's probably going to get paid.
He should.
But I don't trust the Colts to make noise in the playoff. They've had a great regular season run, but I think they might have peaked a little early. And Houston getting hot at the right time, and now they're only one game out of the division, which is another pretty competitive division with Jacksonville at 8-4.
Yeah, not NFC West, but definitely competitive.
Yeah, and honestly, like, let's give CJ Stroud a couple games back from injury, but he didn't look much of a step up from Mills.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
And it looks like this is Woody Marks' backfield for better or for worse moving forward. All right, Saints, Dolphins. Dolphins got up to got a lead. Basically, Achane carrying the team, 23 for 134 and a touchdown, averaging 6 a clip. Everybody knows how we feel about Achane. Big fan of podcasts. Texas AMU, elite athlete. Darren Waller making a comeback. Had a big catch. Dolphins let off the gas a bit. Saints actually had a shot. They recovered an onside kick. But yeah, Saints 2-10. Kamara's out. Devin Neal
looked pretty. He looked all right. Neal looked all right.
14 for 47, along of 8.
One of these from Mike McDaniels. For Mike, good up for Mike, bro.
Yeah.
Mike did what Brian Dable wanted to do, but couldn't. Give it up for Mike McDaniels. He's not going anywhere. And if he goes anywhere, better be to East Rutherford to the New York Giants. Scoop him up ASAP. Fire him, scoop him up, Giants. Scoop him up quick.
So I sent you those 2 videos of Dave Canales and Mike McDaniels after the game. And at first I was like, okay, Mike McDaniels has kind of lost his locker room. That was the vibe I was going with. And then I watched the whole video. I'm like, no, he hasn't. Those guys, they love playing for each other.
He got Tua paid. Nobody dislikes a coach that gets the players paid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just being honest. Like, is Tua going to be there after next season? Probably not, but he got him paid.
Yeah.
They should draft somebody.
Yeah. Unfortunately, kind of a weak class. All right. New York Jets, Atlanta Falcons.
I got that one. I watched it all. I always watch the Jets.
My condolences.
Took a lot, but I got that one wrong. No, Tyrod looked great. The Jets have so many talented players. It's just they haven't really figured it out yet. I don't know why they're still so bad, but they are. But this is the Adonai Mitchell game.
Well, it's quarterback. It's quarterback. That's why they're bad.
It's quarterback.
They bringing in Mechie, and Adonai Mitchell. Those were really good moves. And hanging on to Breece Hall, you now have weapons for whoever is going to be your QB next season, because it's probably not going to be Tyrod or Justin. I think it's definitely not going to be either one of those guys. Right. You know, one thing I just had a thought while we took a break. Kyler Murray in Miami would be
wow. I never thought about that.
With Mike McDaniels and Achane,
and his
that'd be a good, that would be a great fit. And if they can somehow, if Tua, I don't see Tua going anywhere else, but if I was Tua, I would just retire with a medical issue, but he's probably not going to do that.
Nah, Tua could maybe the Steelers.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll get to the Steelers. Or the Vikings.
I don't think the Vikings would take him. Maybe the Steelers. That would be a really Steelers move. But let's focus on this game. Jets with the win here. Jets Aaron Glenn's starting to they're starting to get a couple wins
with Tyrod.
I mean, what they got like 2 out of 5 or something. I don't know. They got 3 wins. Yeah, the acquisition of Adonai Mitchell and Mechie was really nice. And then Garrett Wilson coming back and keeping Breece Hall. They're setting themselves up for a new quarterback.
Yeah.
I think Aaron Rodgers really set them back because not only was there his situation, he brought all these guys with him that didn't work out really in terms of coaches and players. Wasn't Devontae Adams on there for a minute?
Yeah.
Friggin' Alan Lazard's still there.
They just need Adams wasn't that set back though. They should have just traded him and gotten like value. Like a lot of value.
Rodgers?
No, Devontae Adams.
What did they do with Devontae Adams? They just let him go?
Yeah, I thought it was like a 1 year left on this deal, and then he just signed with the Rams.
So, yeah, he got traded from the Raiders, right, to the Jets, and then the Jets just let him walk?
I believe so.
They just let him walk. Everybody thought Devontae was washed, and now he's looking like he's only 32 years old.
Like Mike Evans.
He's in phenomenal shape. He's more like rocked up than Evans. Like Evans has always had like soft tissue injuries. Devontae looks like he trains like a freak.
Yeah, he's rocked up.
He was talking about when Sean McVay called him and he was spending the whole offseason in Japan.
Yeah, word.
So it's like stupid people don't spend the whole offseason in Japan. He was probably like on a mountain training with like a sensei, like catching balls blindfolded.
I didn't think his prime was going to outlast Aaron Rodgers, but it happened.
Well, I mean, he's a bit. Aaron Rodgers really, I don't want to say he made him because obviously the talent was there. Aaron Rodgers showcased his talent, and now Matthew Stafford is. While still,
but he looks good on the Raiders too, though. Like he's
he
a guy.
But they didn't really have a.
He's a Hall of Famer.
But Aiden O'Connell, like who was throwing the ball to him?
Aiden O'Connell, but he was still getting busy though. Is what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
Devontae, his route running, it's the last thing to leave you. The speed leaves you, the muscle mass, all right, leaves you. The recovery leaves you. The route running does not leave you.
Right, but he's 32.
Yeah, look at Tyreek at 31, 32. I don't think Tyreek's as good as Devontae right now. He was a couple years ago.
Tyreek's not spending the offseason in Japan.
Yeah.
Tyreek's spending the offseason in the club in South Beach.
Yeah.
Those are different in 32 years.
That's fair.
That's enough. I think Devontae Adams is, again, the mental part of the game. His calculus for how a cornerback lines up across from him, he's playing chess. He's okay, you're going to play me up close. Okay, you're going to hang back. He's got 3 different scenarios going on. He does his homework. I don't think Tyreek Hill did that. He's like, I'm going to blow past this guy. So when the speed slows down, it
hurts him more.
You lose. Yeah, that's the essence of your entire game.
Do you think he's a good route runner or no?
Who? Tyreek?
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's a go route.
Let's move on from that game.
If it's a running from the police route.
Oh my gosh, leave him alone. He's not Antonio Brown level.
Not yet.
Nah, not even close.
But by the way, Antonio Brown extradited from Saudi Arabia or Dubai on murder charges.
From Dubai for attempted murder. Attempted murder, yeah.
Attempted.
Listen, I guess you got to do a lot to have attempted murder in Florida, so I can't even downplay that for him. Sir, you were in Florida with a gun and you got an attempted murder charge, you're in the wrong.
Right, because if he would have murdered him, then he would have been standing his ground.
I don't know. Yeah, you know what? Antonio Brown.
You're all right. Oh, Tennessee. Is that where we're at? Yeah, we got everybody else. Yeah. Jacksonville just rolled on the Titans. I picked the Titans in this game. I don't know what I was thinking. I have a vendetta against the Jags, but they're starting to prove me wrong.
Yeah, they've been proving you wrong.
They have. Jacoby Myers, great addition for them.
Great addition for you. My brother traded him to you for free, basically.
Yeah. I didn't think he was going to do that. I mean, you got Steph Diggs off of him, but at this point, I would rather have Myers with how he's looking in this offense.
So yeah. Well, I don't know.
Strange came back. He had a good game. He caught a touchdown, 4 targets. But yeah, Brian Thomas is now wide receiver 2, maybe wide receiver 3 behind Washington, I would say.
Wide receiver 4 behind
when Hunter comes back.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to get traded. That's the smart thing to do. Yeah,
well, he still has trade value.
I would say
the Titans continue to be just a lost season for them. You said Tajay Spears was going to be a top 20 back by the time he got down here. He went 2 for -1.
When did I say that?
I got tape.
Oh, when I was trying to trade him to? Hey, a man can believe.
You said you'd be a top 20 back by the time he got down here.
What did he finish last week? He didn't finish that bad. He had 5 targets. or 5 catches.
I mean, he might be top 20 on the tight ends in rushing yards.
Let's see. They've had a tough running schedule.
There's no way he's cracking. How is he going to crack top 20? He got -1 yards. So he managed to do worse than when he wasn't playing.
No, they're not giving him a play. He scored more points than Pollard, I thought.
Well, he did catch 6 balls for 25 yards.
Yeah, tell the fans the whole spiel. Yeah, he scored more than Pollard.
I was withholding information to create a narrative.
Yeah, you are.
But even six catches for 25 yards is not world beating.
It is on the Titans. He might have been their leading their pass catcher.
Yeah, he was one of them. Chig Okonkwo 4 for 29, Hunter Helm 6 for 23, Ajay Spears 6 for 25, and Jefferson 3 for 20.
Spears all day.
My love affair with Elick Iominor is gone at this point.
Yeah.
DK
took
1 for 8.
Even though he looked bad.
I mean, the whole team looks bad. They're a bad team.
I think a buy low on DK. Just get an
maybe
manager.
I would probably wait 1 or 2 weeks and then, well, I guess there's trade deadlines and shit.
Yeah, no,
maybe get him in the reevaluate them in the off season.
Try to get him for like a second, like a third, fourth. Try a fourth, 2 fourths. If not, then try a third.
I don't know.
Well, you think you'd play a second for DK?
No.
Yeah.
There's not much I would. I mean, I picked him up in one league. I wouldn't really trade. Yeah, I'd send a fourth maybe, but I don't think a DK owner would do a fourth.
I'd send a third if I needed a young wide receiver to add to my.
Yeah, like process. A 2028 third, or maybe this year's third, because this draft might be kind of weak. But
I wouldn't give up this.
All right, let's go. Seahawks blanking the Vikings. Anybody who thought Max Brosmer was gonna take the job?
He's not.
It's no.
Awful.
He showed you what, we talk on this show about programs. What program did you go? He was a 5-year starter at the University of New Hampshire.
What program?
What program you go to, mate?
What program did you go to?
You what, mate?
Not a good
one. The University of New Hampshire? And then he transferred to Minnesota? Like, what? He's a bum.
Yeah, it's J.J. McCarthy's team.
Turns out, shit.
For better or for worse.
Max Brosmer, University of New Hampshire. Nah. Kevin O'Connell cannot polish a turd.
Whispering no more.
He's only whispering to himself at the moment. The Seahawks didn't really have to do much on offense, considering Brosmer was kind of their offense. What do you have, like 2 pick sixes?
Yeah, he had 4 picks. I don't want to hear no.
Yeah, I mean, one of those, he was running around about to get sacked, and he just that
was the first one.
Yeah, he threw it right to Ernest Jones, who just
it was the worst play in football history.
Maybe not football history, but
NFL history. For that to be your first series, that's probably one of the first. That's probably one of the worst plays in Vikings history, at least.
Yeah, maybe.
Just take the side.
That's what happens when you play for the University of New Hampshire, and then you have to go in and make your first start against the division-leading Seahawks. And like I said, the Vikings had the opportunity to keep either Sam Darnold or Daniel Jones, and they didn't.
Sam Darnold didn't look great.
He didn't have to, though.
Yeah, because his team's better.
Right. He got a little banged up. He got a little hurt. In out of the tent. They didn't really need him. I mean, JSN didn't do anything. They didn't need their guys.
All right.
There was no reason to air it out. Myles Gaskin was getting carries for the Seahawks. Myles Gaskin.
I don't even know who that is. I don't.
I drafted him in a startup, in the 30th round. He was a Dolphins running back from back in the day. Yeah, I haven't heard the name in 5 years. I didn't even know he was on a team. Vikings, yeah, they got some issues. And it's a real waste of talent for Justin Jefferson right now.
Unfortunately.
But, and this is what quick take on the Vikings. Flores is a DC. Kevin O'Connell is the head coach. But they're acting like they're kind of like co-coaches. They're both more coordinators.
He's like, give me a head coaching job ASAP. I'm not running the offense.
Right. But like he's had problems being a head coach. Just because you're an elite coordinator doesn't mean you can be an elite coach. Obviously, there's some.
He's an elite coach, to be honest. He might be an elite offensive coordinator.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is they have 2 elite coordinators, but they don't have
Bill Belichick.
They don't have a head coach for the organization.
Dan Campbell.
And I think their general manager needs to get fired because he's whiffed. Anyways, let's move on. Speaking of getting fired, Las Vegas, dude, what the fuck are the Raiders? The Raiders. So they fired Chip Kelly, and what changed? Not like nothing.
Brock Bowers still good.
I mean, yeah, Brock Bowers is gonna be good, but like the rest of the team's like cheeks. They're cheeks, and this wasn't like a Chargers team that like again didn't really have to play their best ball. Like I'm looking at the numbers, not much from anybody other than Vidal, which is just kind of like a rub in the face to Genty, who is a first round pick, and then you got an undrafted free agent who's running circles around you.
You really do not like Genty. Leave him the man alone.
But am I wrong? Like I get it's not a good. I get it's not a good situation. 25 attempts, 126 yards for Vidal. 15 attempts for 31 yards for Genty.
They're not on the same team. You can't compare them. Like Vidal's look good. Amari and Hampton look better.
I think Vidal's look better than Hampton. Hot take. Vidal's been ripping it up.
Too good to be a backup, but I don't know about all that.
But we talked about like draft capital for running backs. Doesn't mean much in the NFL. There's some guys who are drafted high who flame like Najee Harris. And then a guy like Jalen Warren takes their job. It happens with running backs. There's a reason why a lot of organizations don't take running backs early. You know, the Bears can hit on somebody in the 7th round, like Kyle Monungai. The Bucks can hit on somebody in the 5th round, like Bucky Irving.
Yeah, but I think that's starting to change. There's definitely like a lot more 3-down running backs coming down. Some of the receivers you can kind of hit on later, like a Keyshawn Butte, Hez Johnson.
Yeah, but
like Kyle, like
Keyshawn was we talked about Keyshawn. He was a special case. He was somebody who was clearly very talented, and then had some injuries issues, had some COVID issues, had a bad combine.
Yeah, like what Troy Franklin in the 4th. Like, you know what I'm saying? There are these guys. I mean, Troy Franklin's leading the team in receiving yards right now. It's all about situation for receiver. It's all.
Sure. But, you know, is it all about situation for running backs?
It's about opportunity for running backs. Like, we carries. Like, receiver, you need a quarterback to throw to you. Like, not all targets are created equal, but for the most part, your opportunity is your opportunity at running back with carries. Now, I know this kind of goes counter to what I said about Ashton Genty, but Ashton Genty, in my opinion, is a special case because he wasn't even playing like Big 5 college football. He was playing for Boise State. The learning curve is going to be cool.
But you don't draft the guy in the 1st round if you're concerned about learning.
No, you do, because you see, you're thinking the NFL drafts like you do, so, which is to win now. They are paying these guys millions of dollars. They don't. If he ends up being all pro or a Pro Bowler next year, and then all pro his 3rd year, and so on after, they're not going to give 2 shits about his rookie season. They don't judge the rookies off their rookie year. Very few teams do that. And if they do, either the rookie was that bad, Josh Rosen, or the teams are idiots. That's what it is.
Right. But
even second-year players. At what point what?
What point do you look at his numbers and say he hasn't been that bad? Like it's putrid. Yeah.
No, he's a rookie.
I know, but you said like if it's that bad.
No, he's not. He's when I said special case because of what level he played at, but he's not in that bad level. I'm talking Josh Rosen bad. There's very few type of players that get a top 10 investment that the team just gives up on them. Like, I'm talking Evan Neal bad for my New York Giants. You don't even know who that is.
Evan Neal, no.
You don't need to know.
No, I don't. But
yeah.
Maybe it was like hubris on the part of the Raiders too for thinking that they're like one running back away from doing anything.
You went to the wrong team. You went to the wrong team.
Where, you know, you got to build in the trenches, and their offensive line is garbage, but their quarterback's garbage.
And situation plays into that fact with running back too. I don't want to say that it doesn't. But
for the year, he's 181 for 635.
Bro, he's 6'3". He might even still get to 1,000 yards. I can't say he's putrid if he gets to 1,000 yards rushing. What's his yards per carry? Over 4?
3.5.
Over 3.5.
3.5 even.
He'll be fine.
I was talking about Andy Reid being a little too old to like keep up with the game. Pete Carroll, he's got both his sons working for him, and they're the offensive line and run game coordinators. And that's like that's the major problem.
Yeah, it's called nepotism.
And it's nepotism. And speaking of nepotism, look at the owners of the Raiders. I say owners because they sold a stake to Tom Brady.
That's fair. A very small one, but I'm like, what do you want them to do? Sell to strangers or to give it to your kid? Ownership is different. If you own an NFL team, you wouldn't give it to your kid.
Yeah, but like what kid is what's his face? Davis. Mark Davis. Mark Davis doesn't have kids, does he?
I don't think so. No, I don't know. But like the Ford family kept the Lions within Detroit, like the Mara family, like they keep it, within the family as an asset.
Right, but those are families that have successful other businesses. Like Davis, he hit on the Raiders, and like this dude's known for having debt problems. That was part of the reason they moved to fucking Las Vegas. You don't move a franchise to Las Vegas unless you got debt issues.
They were in Oakland before. That's way cheaper. I don't know about all of that, bro.
Not for tax purposes, but he's up there in the booth with like 3 bimbos who have like more plastic surgery than a fucking racehorse.
He's the owner of an NFL team. What do you think he's gonna do? How many NFL owners have you seen up there with their wives of 50 years? Or husbands of 50 years. Listen, if you're not going to give flack to Bill Belichick for dating a 24-year-old, I don't want to.
I have given nothing but flack to Bill Belichick.
Grandpa Bill?
I've given nothing but flack.
Grandpa Bill, we need a t-shirt for that, bro.
I mean, our owners aren't even at the games.
That's probably how it should be.
Which is how it probably should be.
Yeah.
Like the Glazer family doesn't care. They own Manchester United. If they're going to go to a game, they'll go to the Premier League.
Interesting.
You think they're going to sit in a box in Tampa? And they're great owners. It's the ones who are there every week who are the freaks, like fucking Jerry Jones.
Hey, his team's balling right now, and that trade looks like it wasn't half bad.
Yeah, it looks like he's got some juice. Skeletor's got some juice.
You want to talk about the Bills game against the Steelers? Nah. Well, yeah, neither.
Yeah, it looked like he should have retired when he fucking blew his Achilles when he ran out on the field for the Jets.
Josh Allen did break the all-time QB rushing record that was held by Cam Newton. Yeah. So cheers to Josh Allen. Cheers to you, brother.
Cheers.
Congratulations. That's
Keon Coleman. What is that's what I think about Sean McDermott.
He's a bad
What
coach.
Are you sitting this guy for? Like, what are you not playing? He's got like such like a you gotta kiss my ring kind of attitude.
Oh yeah.
It's like it's one thing to like bench the guy for the first series and then go let him play, but to sit him down for 2 games.
But with Adonai Mitchell and I look at him on the Jets, so some coaches
right. That's not. I've said this before. Praise in public, discipline in private.
Yeah, that's how it should be with most relationships, to be honest, in my opinion.
Yeah. What are you doing?
And that means discipline, but sometimes correct in private too, right? Unless the player just doesn't get it, right? But most people are better 1-on-1, and the ones that aren't,
right,
maybe they shouldn't be.
I'm saying even if the player doesn't get it, you're not. You should be projecting strength. Because you don't want to let your opponent know that player doesn't get it.
Yeah.
So in the media, you should be saying nothing but positive things, just like all the time. And then if there's a problem, deal with it in the locker room. But if you have to go through the media or if you have to like do shit like this publicly to be like, I'm a hard ass coach, I'm a tough guy. I think it's bullshit.
The problem is I don't know how strong their locker room is from a coach perspective. Like I feel like Josh Allen controls the locker room more than Sean McDermott.
Absolutely. But speaking of locker rooms, let's talk about the team on the other side. And that's the Pittsburgh Steelers. Because at what point do people start questioning Mike Tomlin?
That was last year.
Yeah, I mean, unless the city of Pittsburgh is content with going 8-8 for the rest of their lives, and when he's asked for answers, he's like, "You'll see, we'll correct it," and we don't see it doesn't get corrected. And you're trading away guys like George Pickens, and you just couldn't. If the Cowboys could reel him in more than we talked about this, for being a hard ass coach, he's got a discipline problem.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's not. It's middlingly average, and that's part of the problem.
I don't know what is it.
Like, it's not bad enough to be egregious, but it's not good enough to take you anywhere.
Yeah.
And at some point, as an organization, you got to be like, is that acceptable, or are we trying to compete for a championship?
Which they are. They're trying to compete every year, but it just doesn't work out for them.
But there's no way they're in championship contention this year.
No, it's another middling year like it usually is, and we figured that, and that's where they're at. It's unfortunate, but it's the type of team that they have.
But I think Mike Tomlin is young enough that if he goes to another team, he'll have like an Andy Reid kind of arc.
Absolutely, it's Andy Reid, but he needs to go sooner than later.
He's the kind of guy that he should be fired. But if he is, he's going to be hired immediately.
Yeah. It's all about, does he go to the right situation immediately?
Which I also trust him to figure that out.
You know what I'd like to see Tomlin at, actually?
Where?
The Giants.
Yeah. I think he'd be good in Atlanta.
They need a quarterback, though. He needs a quarterback.
Does he?
The reason he's been so questionable the last 5 years.
This guy hates the media, though. He hates the media.
Yeah, but like the Giants media isn't really about the coaches. It's about the players.
I know, but you're still New York. Like, you still have...
I mean, the perfect place for him would be Green Bay, but they don't need a coach. Like, he has his QB and he has his defense. And it's a small market, to your point. But anyways, we said we didn't even really want to talk about that game. Commanders, Broncos.
Yeah, Denver continues to be the worst 10-2 team I've ever seen, but at some point, you gotta give them props for winning games. Commanders hung in there for a bit, but yeah, Denver just finds a way to get it done. At the end of the day, that's what matters.
Yeah, RJ Harvey looked good. The window on acquiring his services has passed.
Yeah, he looked fine. I mean, their offense looks fine. Their defense looks great.
No, he's definitely getting better in the run game.
It was nice to see. It was nice to see McLaurin get involved.
McLaurin looked great.
Debo, Traylon Burks. Traylon Burks with the Odell Beckham catch.
Maybe a quiet, speculative ad in Dynasty for the rebuilding teams.
That was there was some so Puka had a nasty catch. Brock Bowers had a nasty catch. But Traylon Burks might have. That was filthy. Zach Ertz had, dropped what could have been a game winner. 10 out of 13 for him. That backfield's a committee.
Yeah. If you had
I'm
Bill,
avoiding that backfield.
You should have traded him.
Yeah, your trade window for Bill shut.
Tell you.
Commanders, Denver, yeah.
Yeah,
but Denver's
they're 10-2, finding ways to win, and I think they're shutting the door on the Chiefs.
Bo Nix, 321 yards. Do you see that? You see that touchdown throw where he was like inch off the ground? You see that?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That was sick. One player to kind of take a little price check on in Dynasty, Evan Ingram, 9 targets. A couple times when he was out there, I was like, who is that? And my buddy's like, that's Evan Ingram. Because he's got he wears the tape all the way up his arm like Harvey does.
Yeah.
But he was starting to show up. He led the receiving 6 for 79. Fucking Troutman is still involved for some reason. And then on the Commanders side, avoid all the running backs. I guess Chris Rodriguez if you have to. Zach Ertz, 10 receptions, 106. McLaurin and Debo got involved. And that's about it.
When an OT, it was a fun game.
It was a fun game. And the Commanders went for 2, tried to win it. And Denver added the ball to Mariota's face. The game tonight, Giants got blown out.
We got the Knicks, Giants.
Patriots rolling.
Patriots are rolling.
Henderson. They started with Ramadre, and then they got Henderson in there. Henderson averaged 6.1 a carry. Ramadre averaged 3.3. I think Vrabel is starting to figure it out.
Yeah. All right. So let's go into picks to the week.
Yeah, let's go into picks.
Yeah,
any favorite guys you can talk about? I know it's kind of late in the season. I don't think nobody's really the only guy, and we talked about Wicks, probably worth a pickup if he's available. Honorary Mitchell.
Treylon Burks, it's speculative if you're like, I've just had roster space. Malik Davis,
I think, is interesting because he looked explosive. Yeah, check it. Evan Ingram's pretty well rostered. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
This is Vanessa's birthday week, right?
Yeah. Her birthday's on Friday.
Nice. You guys
Sagittarius.
Are you a big horoscope guy?
I dabble. When's your birthday?
Gemini. It's in May. End of May.
I vibe with Gemini. I'm a Leo.
My brother's a Leo as well.
Yeah, his name's Ben as well. So now you got two brothers.
I have a lot of good friends that are Leos, actually.
Yeah, my mom was a Gemini.
I believe my mom.
Oh, she still is, but she's dead. Yeah, we vibe. All right. I gotta get some wins this week. Cowboys going into Detroit on Thursday.
What you got?
Cowboys.
Yeah, I got the boys too.
Lions are sliding. Cowboys are plus 220, which I like those odds. Those are two teams heading in opposite directions. Titans, Browns. I'm going with the Browns. Titans are trash. Browns are also trash, but they're less trash.
I'm going Titans.
Okay. Eventually, the Titans will hit, I hope.
Shador has a little bit of a rivalry with Cam. They train together, so I think Cam's going to show up for this game a little bit more than he has some other ones.
That would be nice if he showed why he was the number one pick. But like when your wide receiver one is Van Jefferson and your running back one is Tajay Spears, not a good look. Seahawks, Falcons, Hawks. Falcons are toast. Don't take the Falcons. You took the Falcons last week against your Jets. You gonna take them against the Hawks?
Yeah, the Seahawks.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, this is a good game. Colts versus Jaguars in Jacksonville. I think this is for the division lead. I'm reversing course. I'm taking the Jaguars here. Let's go Duval. I'm sorry for all those very awful things I said about the city and the people. Duval, baby.
I got the Colts.
All right. We'll
Jonathan
see.
Taylor turns it around.
Yeah, that's going to be a big game. Commanders going into Minnesota. That's going to be like the disappointment bowl. Daniels coming back for this game or Mariota starting for the Commanders?
Up in the air.
McCarthy coming back for this game or Brosmer?
McCarthy. I think they couldn't get Brosmer out fast enough.
You think they're going to send him back to New Hampshire?
Hopefully.
The New Hampshire Gophers or whatever the fuck they are. Who are you taking? The Commanders.
I got the Commanders.
I'll take the Commanders too. At least they showed at least they went to OT. Vikings just got rolled. All right. Bengals versus Bills in Buffalo. I'll take the Bengals here at plus 270.
I like that upset, but I'm going Bills.
Yeah. I just think they haven't seen a quarterback like Burrow in a while. So we'll see what happens there. But 270, I like the Bengals there. Saints coming in a Ray J at plus 330. I got the Bucks, easy.
I got the Bucks.
Okay, so for control of the AFC North, Steelers versus the Ravens.
I got the Ravens, easy.
Agreed. Yeah. I think the Steelers have been, pretending. They've been holding on to this lead. I don't think the Ravens are good. I'm taking the Ravens too. All right. Dolphins coming into MetLife to play the Jets.
You know who else has been pretending? Spencer. He's lost.
Yeah, and he fucked up me getting into the playoffs. It's weird because in Dynasty, it's like you're either rebuilding or you're contending. And I feel like
correct.
I don't think I need to drastically do anything different. I think I'm a couple bad breaks away from contending. I like my team. What? I don't have any picks.
No, I'm talking about for the next first. Just let your team simmer. Let your team simmer.
Yeah.
And start the right guys. Start Bryce.
I mean, that wouldn't have mattered. I won by almost 100. Would that have mattered? Bryce had 22. Jacoby had 19.8.
I'm talking about for when you play Spencer this coming week.
Well, Carolina's on bye, so I can't start Bryce.
Okay, well, actually, let's go back to the picks. I got us distracted.
And CMC's on bye too, so I got my team. I got my team. If I finish with a winning record, even if I don't make the playoffs, it will be a successful season unless you win. But
yeah, what's fair?
Okay, Ravens. So Dolphins going to the Jets. I think I mean, these are both two teams getting a little hot. I think Dolphins are a little bit better.
Yeah, I like the Dolphins just because of A-Chain.
A-Chan, Minka Fitzpatrick, Waller's coming back. All right, Broncos versus Raiders. I don't think the Raiders could beat anything right now. So I'm taking the Broncos. Agreed?
Agreed.
These are some layups. Rams, Cardinals. The Rams are going to bounce back and beat that ass. That's a divisional game, too. Yeah, the Rams are going to be pissed.
I'm going to take the Cardinals here as my upset.
Okay. That's plus 360, which is decent. These are early odds, by the way. I don't know how accurate this is. Because I would figure the Cardinals would be higher.
Actually, I take that back. I'm going to go Rams.
Yeah.
They're aggressive. What's the next game?
This is a good one. Bears, Packers. Bears are plus 235.
Plus 235.
I think we're ready to just bear down on this podcast.
Wait, what? Green Bay is a touchdown.
Fuck Green Bay.
Now going Bears. Let's go Bears.
Green Bay is not even a fucking city. Like, what the fuck is Green Bay? This is Chicago. Broad shoulder, the second city. Let's go. Bears. You got Caleb Williams. You got Ben Johnson. You got Kyle Monangai out of Rutgers.
Oh my gosh. Get off of
Monangai. We love the
Monangai.
Bears on this podcast. Go beat that ass. In prime time, go get it. All right, Texans, Chiefs. This is Texans are plus 185. I think Texans are going to whoop them.
I'm going Chiefs.
Really? All right, I'll take the Texans. Let's go, Will Anderson. Fucking kidnap that hoe. Talking about Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, thank you for the clarification.
That's an MOP reference for our listeners.
Our younger listeners.
Yeah, I'm not actually advocating for kidnapping Patrick Mahomes.
No.
All right, Monday Night Football. Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles going to LA to play the Chargers. That's interesting. You got the Chargers? Chargers are plus 150.
So who do you got?
I think I have the Chargers too. I don't see the Eagles going to LA after, they're not going to get together on a road trip to the West Coast against a pretty good Chargers team. I don't think so.
Yeah, I agree with you. This will be interesting. A lot more agreements here, but I picked my spots.
Yeah.
My spots.
Yeah, well, at this point, since you did so well last week, I might as well just agree with you.
That's what it looked like.
That's not very highly disputed, but, we're coming down the wire here. I'm not just going to throw it up on a prayer. All right, so it looks like you're in playoff position.
The 2 weeks is gonna be a doozy. It's jumbled now.
Man,
because Spencer lost is jumbled. It's like 5 teams.
Yeah, I think I lost my shot, which is fine. I can do my part and beat Spencer next week.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And then I have Matt. So I might as well just win out. I had a little ugly losing streak in the middle of the season, but now I'm back. I got 3 in a row and I'm right in the middle of the pack and I don't need to do much. I just need to continue to add free agents and grind tape because I don't have any picks. And if you don't have any picks, you got to grind tape and be smarter than the rest of your league mates.
Grind tape and grind the waiver wire.
Yeah. We got one more, and then we're doing it live down here in Florida. Professor's coming down. We're going to see the Falcons, and Ray J will be sitting next to the Cannons. Hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving.
So I'll make sure to bring my ear protection. I didn't realize we're next to the Cannons.
Probably smart.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving, Chef.
Thank you, sir. And thanks to everybody who's been checking us out on YouTube.
Happy
Much
December
love.
1st.
Yeah, December 1st, holiday spirit. And we'll be at it all year with college football takes, you know. We'll help you build your squad all off season.
All off season. We're going to start doing some drafts, some mock drafts, so check us out.
We'll get there. Plenty of ball out.
A lot of ball left.